Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I'm very glad to see you again on our reading class. And today we will read Bhagavad-Gita. We continue to read Bhagavad-Gita as it is, a book written by His Glorious Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And today we'll read chapter 5, verse 4, 5, and 6. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sankhya Yoga Prithak Balak Pravadanti na Panditah Ekam api asthitah samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. Translation. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service, karma yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material worlds, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. Purport. The aim of the analytical study of the material world is to find the soul of existence. The soul of the material world is Vishnu, or the super soul. Devotional service of the Lord entails the service of the super soul. One process is to find the root of the trees. The process is to find the root of the tree, and the other into water the root. The real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of the material world, Vishnu, and then, in perfect knowledge, engaged himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, in essence, there is no difference between because the aim of both is Vishnu. Those who do not know the ultimate aim say that the purposes of Sankhya and Karma Yoga are not the same, but one who is learned knows the unifying aim in this different process. Next verse. Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogair api gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha pashyati sapashyati. Translation. One who knows that the position reached by means of analytical study can also be attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level, sees things as they are. The real purpose of philosophical the real purpose of philosophical research is to find the ultimate goal of life. Since the ultimate goal of life is self-realization, there is no difference between the conclusion reached reached by the two process. By Sankhya philosophical research, one comes to the conclusion that a living entity is not part and parcel of the material world, but of the supreme spirit world. Consequently, the spirit soul can nothing to do with the material world. These actions must be in some relation with the Supreme. When he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is actually in this constitutional position. In the first process, Sankhya one has to become detached from matter, and in the devotional yoga process, one has to attach himself to the work of Krishna consciousness. Factually, both processes are the same. Also, superficially, one process appears to involve detachment, and the other process appears to involve attachment. Attachment from nature and attachment to Krishna are one and the same. One who can see these sees things as they are. One who can see these sees things as they are. Next verse. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukham aptum yoga taha yoga yukto munir brahma na sirenadhigajhati na sirenadhigajhati. Translation. Merely renouncing all activities, yet not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. Report. There are two classes of sannyasis or persons in the renounced order of life. The Mayavadi sannyasis are engaged in the study of Sankhya philosophy, whereas the Vaishnava sannyasis are engaged in the study of Bhagavatam philosophy, which affords the proper commentary of the Vedanta Sutras. The Mayavadi sannyasis also study the Vedanta Sutras, but use their own commentary called Shariraka Bhashya, written by Shankaracharya. The students of the Bhagavata school are engaged in devotional service of the Lord, according to Pancharatriki regulations, and therefore the Vaishnava sannyasis are multiply engagements in the transcendental service of the Lord. The Vaishnava sannyasis are nothing to do with material activities, and yet they perform various activities in their devotional service to the Lord. But the Mayavadi sannyasis, engaged in the studies of Sankhya and Vedanta and speculation, cannot relish the transcendental service of the Lord, because their studies become very tedious. They sometimes become tired of Bhagavatam speculation, and thus they take shelter of the Bhagavatam without proper understanding. Consequently, their study to the Srimad Bhagavatam becomes troublesome. Dry speculations and impersonal interpretations by artificial means are all useless for the Mayavadi sannyasis. The Vaishnava sannyasis who are engaged in devotional service are happy in the discharge of their transcendental duties, and they have the guarantee of your ultimate entrance into the kingdom of God. The Mayavadi sannyasis sometimes fell down from the path of the self-realization and again enter into material activities of philanthropic and altruistic nature, which are nothing but material engagement. Therefore, the conclusion in that those who are engaged in Krishna consciousness, therefore the conclusion in that those who are engaged in Krishna consciousness activities are better situated than the sannyasis engaged in simple speculation about what in Brahman and what is not Brahman. Also, they too come to Krishna consciousness after many births. So, I want to say that we are lucky because we can now read Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita as it is. say this word as it is. Lord, say this knowledge, and Srila Prabhupada give to us this knowledge without different speculation and others modulus. He give us give to give us this knowledge as it is, and now we can understand what we have to do, what our relationship with Lord, who I am, who is the Lord. um, as it is. We can understand this as it is, and as things that are. And by and on this way we can do this very simple. This way is very simple, and when and on this way Lord Chaitanya give take Lord Chaitanya is Lord Chaitanya invested on this way bhakti. On the other ways, uh, invested bhakti also, but they invested bhakti also, but uh, this is part is very small. This way that Lord Chaitanya gave to us, we can do everything like performer to the Lord. On the starting, we can do we can doing being engaged in bhakti. We can do devotional service already at the beginning of the of this way. In the beginning, at the very beginning of this way, our way to the Lord, when we do first steps on the devotional service, on the service to the Lord, to the devotee, on the study and reading Bhagavad-Gita, when we try to understand who I am, who is Lord, and what is our relationship, and what I have to do. And by reading Bhagavad-Gita, by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand this more and more. Engaging in this transcendental knowledge. So I think that's all for today. It's very important reading books, reading Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and etc. and other books that Srila Prabhupada is writing. We have to reading We have to read this book for understanding, for have strong mind to understand that is good, that is not good, that is way of the Lord, that is bhakti, and that is no, that is a way that is blocking our way to bhakti. And we can understand when we have a strong mind. When we have strong mind, when have a strong mind, when we reading spiritual scriptures, spiritual knowledge. So, thank you for watching this video till the end, and we see you on the next time. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.